Hey Sam, my man, it's so nice to have you on the show today. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing fine, and thank you so very much for being here. And you see, my man, oftentimes I love to thank my guest for two things. And I do this so often to the point where it has become my anthem. So, firstly, I want to say thank you so very much, Sam, for investing in yourself. You see, you are on this platform right now because you did invest it in yourself. And oftentimes, my man, I love to make reference to the amazing mango tree. You see, some couple of months back, I was on a particular road, and just by the roadside, Sam, there was this very tall, unattractive mango tree. And I use the word unattractive because the mango tree's got no mangoes on it, and the leaves were all dry. So I just walked past it and I went my way. But you see, just recently, Sam, I was on that same road. And this time around, hmm, a lot's changed about the mango tree. The mango tree caught my attention pretty good from a distance, and immediately I got the urge to move so close to it, of which I did, and it wowed me. Because now the mango tree's got a lot of mangoes on it, beautiful green leaves and healthy branches, and not just mangoes now. I'm talking about ripe mangoes. It was such a lovely moment and experience that day. I was so excited. Here is my point. The fact that you dedicated your time, energy, and resources to becoming the amazing Sam that you are today, that alone has made it really impossible for me to say no to you. And getting to read a little bit about you, I was attracted to the fruit of your insights, your philosophies, the stuff that you're doing, how you're offering your solutions. These stuffs are amazing. So I've got to say thank you so very much for doing that yourself. And secondly, thank you for being here. I truly appreciate you, my man. Thank
Thank you, Robin.
you. Beautiful, my man. So let's get started. You see, I'm quite excited to have you on the show today for two reasons. Firstly, my interest in knowledge seeking. I believe in order for one to transition from a terrible situation to that of a beautiful one, I believe it takes the application of knowledge, quality information, and not just knowledge now, but the application of it. And you say, Sam, ever since I realized that light in the Hebrew language or in the Hebrew means knowledge and darkness means ignorance. I've been so keen to knowledge seeking. Why? Because I do not want to remain in the dark. So that's going to make our conversation today very important to me and even to the listeners. And the second reason why I'm excited to have the amazing Sam on the show is for the sake of the audience. You see, my man, we live in an age where information is as abundant as grains of sand. We've got a lot of information flying out there. So this folks trust me for quality, eye-opening, and very important information, of which I am totally convinced that our conversation is going to be insightful and impactful. So for that reason, my man, let's get started with your introduction. Talk to us about your personal or your professional journey, because right now we are so curious. We want to know how Sam got here. Then afterwards, I've gotten some beautiful questions for you. Okay, Sam, my man, over to you.
As you know, I was born in Iran, immigrated to Canada in 1977 when I was a young boy. We really left our native country, our home country, and came to Canada, started a new life with my family just 2 years before the revolution in Iran in 79. And, didn't speak a word of English. There was no ESL, English Second Language program at that time, and basically grew up in Canada, lived in the US as well for a number of years in the 90s as well, and then back in Canada again. And it's been an amazing journey. I mean, it's for me, entrepreneurship and creating things that most people would fear of doing. I love to do. I love to go in and look at doing businesses and developing buildings that most people say can't be done or wouldn't be done or wouldn't know how to put the pieces together. And that's what has driven me throughout my entire life with everything that we've done and every business that we've done. We like to pick niches and niches are very important to me. We like to be the best at what we do in terms of creating products, in regardless of what you're doing, and putting 100% your best into it, and creating companies that help everyone else around you at the best levels that you can, and achieving greatness through not compromising on any of the quality, on not compromising on the values, not compromising, but trying to deliver the best product to the world, and to figure out how you can be part of that. And that's what we've done throughout our whole history. Whether it was in the dry cleaning industry, whether it was in the electronics business, whether it's in the real estate development business, I think it doesn't matter what you're doing or what I would be doing. I'd be wanting to be creating a niche in that market and delivering products that are without compromise and are the best.
Without compromise. That's a great one. So, as an entrepreneur, how has the journey been so far? Because I know challenges are so inevitable. So, how did you overcome those tough periods?
I think anytime you're going to go and achieve any type of entrepreneurship, or anything you're going to do of any type of greatness, is going to come with controversy and with challenges. You're never going to go and achieve anything great without coming into challenges and controversy. I think that's just the design of life. It's the design of the universe. Anybody that you look at that has achieved any type of greatness in any of the works they've done has always met with challenges and controversy that you need to overcome and do it. And I think the way everyone has done it that has been successful, and the way I've done it, is that you believe in what you're doing, you do things the right way, and you have to have resilience and persistence in order to drive forward against the challenges and against the forces that try to stop you from doing that. I think I lost you there.
Sorry, my man, my network went off.
No worries.
Okay.
I lost.
Yeah, beautiful. So let's proceed. So there's this part I'm also curious about. So what lessons have you learned from building a business from the scratch?
I think what I've learned is that anything you're going to do, you're going to have to put your full force and effect into it. You have to put your heart and soul into it. If you're going to do something great, you have to give it 100%, more than that, even most days. And you have to be prepared for challenges, controversy, and walls that'll get put up to stop you from doing whatever you're going to do. It's not as if you're going to go set on a journey to build a company, and you're not going to have challenges and walls that are going to stop you. You have to be prepared for that. You have to expect that. And you have to have the resilience to be able to push forward in your dream in order to achieve it, or else it's just not going to happen. Dreams are 50% your vision and 50% execution. The execution is critical. You got to dream it up. You got to have the vision to do it, which is half the reality, and the other half is execution, to actually delivering it on those visions and dreams. And so part of that is going to be challenging. It's going to be controversial, and you just got to push through it, and do not allow the naysayers to stop you from achieving your dreams. The only person at the end of the day that's going to stop you is going to be yourself. So you got to not listen to the naysayers if you really believe in what you're doing, and push yourself forward.
Hmm. Dreams are 50% your vision and 50% execute. I got that. That's a profound one. So what about this one? What's your formula for business growth?
Start small and gather. You're in business for as long as customers want you to be. So the business growth is very important by providing a service to the consumer that they would not get somewhere else, and doing that in a superior way. So the biggest, I would say, number one thing for business growth isn't your product quality. It's not your pricing. It's your attitude of your company. It's the way you make the customer feel. And growing any business, if you look at the best businesses in the world that have grown, in a hyperscale type of mode, one of the things you'll find in the common denominator of those businesses is the interaction and how the customer feels interacting with that business. And you'll see that the customer experience is extremely high and really, really well done. So I think the business growth is essential on being part of a relationship with your consumer, where your consumer is teaching you what you need to do, and you listen to your customer, you listen to that consumer, and when you do that and you provide those services and the feedback of what the experience is for the customer, you're going to naturally see that business grow. And I've seen it in our businesses. That's what we did. The customers taught us what to build. The customers taught us how to provide that service. We listened to our customer and we provided them the services and what their expectations were. And the rest is the word of mouth that will spread from there. You can do all the marketing in the world, but the customer experience is going to be the key. And whether you're providing those services to the customer that they're expecting and providing that emotional connection with the customer so that when the customer thinks of you, there's a trust and there's a confidence.
Wow, I got that. That's a beautiful one. So, what about this one? What was the toughest part of building the one?
Yeah, the toughest part was um, dealing with, unfortunately, people that were naysayers or wanted to see it not go up. And so the toughest part for me was not building the building. It was not engineering the building. It wasn't leasing the building. It wasn't selling the building. We did that with ease because we knew what we were doing and we had the vision and the execution of doing it. The biggest challenge for us came with people and governance impasses, with naysayers who didn't want to see a building like that go up. And we saw that right from inception, from day one. So the biggest challenge were what I would say the naysayers and the people that wanted not to see the success of that building go through or the success of that dream or vision die. And I saw that early on right from day one. So that's why I say you're going to have that in anything you're going to do. And I think the greater the achievement you want to achieve, the greater those challenges are. So they're kind of equal to the level of what you're doing, right? If you look at anybody's level, it's a spectrum, and that spectrum magnifies to the level of how big you are, with whatever you're doing. And we see that across the board with everyone. We've seen that with many entrepreneurs around the world. We've seen that with Elon Musk. We've seen that with President Trump. We've seen that with many leaders around the world. We've seen it with entrepreneurs. We've seen it with Amazon. We've seen it with Google. We've seen it with Facebook. We've seen it with many companies.
Mm-hmm. That's so true, my man. The greater the vision, the greater the trials and challenges. I got that. So we have two more questions to go, okay? So what inspired your shift from custom homes to skyscraper?
It's a natural progression. I think what happened was we were, building custom homes and doing high-end homes. We did very well at it. We were very successful at it. We then went into mid-rise buildings and sold them out at record, the highest rates per square foot in Canada, and we were very good at it and very successful at it, and built the best architectural buildings at the highest prices of real estate in Canada. And from there, the progression went from single-family homes to multi-unit homes like townhomes. Then we went into mid-rise buildings, and from there, the natural progression, of course, was to go and do the first super tall high-rise in Canada, which we did, which is the one. It crossed the 300-meter mark this week. So it is now officially the tallest building in Canada and the first super tall building in Canada, which was an incredible milestone that we broke this week. And that vision started back in 2014, and that's where the vision was born. And we achieved, what I would architecturally, Canada's achieved an incredible architectural milestone this week by breaking that 300-meter barrier, which is over 1,000 feet, and to also break the first super tall building in Canada that we engineered and developed and actually changed the building code in Canada in order to be able to build and do it and pave the way for others to do that.
Amazing. That's a beautiful and very inspiring. I love that. I love that. So finally, what advice would you give to entrepreneurs who are chasing bold ideas?
Pursue them. It takes the same effort and energy to pursue small ideas as it does to pursue bold, big ideas. You're going to require the same time, effort, and energy. So go and dream big, pursue big ideas, put the effort and energy into that, because it's going to be the same as doing small ideas. And I found that the same effort and energy it takes to do great things, bigger projects, are the same time and effort and energy it takes to do smaller projects. So focus on really what your dreams are, how you can make a difference to this world, how you can make the world a better place because of your ideas and your concepts, and execute on them. Because the whole thing is, we're here to make the world a better place. We're here to figure out how we can improve the lives of others. And we want to have, you want to be known that when somebody comes into contact with you or your company, they're better off than they were before.
Exactly, exactly. That's so true. So, for folks who would like to reach out to you, Sam, or learn more about everything we've discussed, or you said some things that they really want to learn more about, how can that be possible?
You can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn or at sam@mizrahidevelopments.ca, and very easily accessible and happy to respond.
Right, beautiful. So that's going to be the end of the show, Sam. Thank you for coming and thank you for sharing this beautiful stuff with us. It means a whole lot, my man. Thank